So it begins. I had an idea I wanted to try out. I've had this idea for a while, actually. I hope it's not going to involve too much explanation. Would require too much explanation, at least. It is taking a long time to load. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to load up my simple racetrack, quote-unquote simple racetrack, because I'm going to be testing out a ground vehicle. This is the thing that I do that with. This racetrack that I built. It's less a racetrack and more of an obstacle course. It was something I was going to challenge Cole to, but he did not seem especially interested, which is okay. I just want this to be a relaxing video. Are you? Is there music volume? Okay. I really like the music. That's a big part of it for me. That and just the serene building of mechanisms. Stuff. Yeah, there's been an update or two, and I haven't played this in a while. What it comes down to. I think I want to give this a longish wheelbase. I think, because up at this point in the track here, there's a very steep incline, kind of like this here, and a lot of my vehicles have trouble navigating it. So, maybe that will help. I don't know. I'm just gonna build a basic frame. What is that? Why do you keep doing that? What does that mean? Don't understand. Rebuild mode. Should be able. We should stay within the box. Basic frame. Basic frame. It's a basic frame. It is the basic frame. It's most the basic is. Do those words make sense? Probably not. It's okay. I'll probably need to fill that void with something eventually anyway. But a thing I am most focused on right now is the steering mechanism. Because steering mechanism I usually make is not. I usually use this thing to steer with. You know, and that just goes back and forth like that, but that's a lot of swing for the wheel, and it sticks out a lot, and I don't like it structurally. So I was trying to think of ways to get around this. One way you would do that is with... Is that just... Where's that? There's the steer thing. So linkage, ball joint, swivel joint. Oh, it was in here, wasn't it? What is this? A roller wheel? Dang. It's new. I'm getting distracted. So one way to deal with that would be with this kind of steer joint, which just goes back and forth like that. That's the kind of action I want, but the problem is it just keeps going. That's not great for a steer wheel. So I thought of a way to counteract this, which was to, usually what I do is put a suspension shock on something, have the steer joint coming out of there like that. And I thought, what if I reverse it? So I have steer joint I don't know how to explain this. You know what? I'm going to delete this frame because it is not actually what I'm trying to do. Frame is getting in the way of my thought process. So what I need to do, I need to have something like this. Just as like a starting base, I think. Then have... Wait, no. That. You know what? That's probably okay. So then I get a swivel joint. That. Right? Yeah. Those two joints shouldn't connect. Let's try that. No, it's not moving. There's nothing to move it. What's that do? Oh, I see. Then take the shock, put that on the swivel joint. Like that. So the shock, in theory, will swivel. Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. Push that over there. So now that will definitely spin freely, and then I put the steer joint here. And then attach the steer joint to something else, which would be like that. Right? So as a proof of concept, let's see how this works. Okay, that looks pretty much exactly like the steer joint I'm used to. But I feel like it's moving. It's not. Okay. Okay. There's a way to test this. You can look at this in a different way. So if I do that. Come on. There we go. Actually, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do all of that. Whoop, no, not that. This. And then that there. Right? No. Yeah. No. Yes. I'm just... I'm confusing myself. Okay, so these should spin more or less. The joint is in the same place, more or less. So let's see. So this is equidistant from that. And yes, please. Please and thank you. Let's put this out here just so it doesn't... Why am I having so much trouble with this? Oh, okay, so there's a one way. Yeah. See how this is extending far more than this is. So, problem is it's still moving. Like, it's flexing that piece of that timber there. But it's a relatively sound concept. Okay. So, I think I can make this work. How can I refine this? Because the problem is I can't just, like, put this on to something backwards. I have to attach the steering joint to something and then attach something else to the steering joint. So that's why I have to build it around in this weird rectangular, circular fashion. And... ooh, I just had an idea. So instead of using just a swivel there, I think what I can do instead, would make this a lot easier, is instead use... oh, I forgot we had axle linkages. I think if I use a ball joint, that... and we can see the ball joint moving there, so that is a good anchor point. That will work. It's good. I'm happy with it. Then attach the shock to that. The shock should swivel. Then steering joint. Well, that sort of works. So let's smooth this now. Do I want that much? I think I want a little bit more ground clearance. By which I mean one more block of ground clearance. Yeah, no, that's good. Then I can just build up from here. Right? Yeah. I think. Ooh. Actually, I don't need that at all. Also, I want to tilt this a little bit. Let's call it 10 degrees. Tilt it that way. No, just that bit. Tilt that way. 10 degrees. Yes. Call that good. You know what? Maybe I do want that little ground clearance. It shouldn't matter, right? I'll give it half a block of ground clearance. Call that a compromise. So, now let's attach that to there. Come on. to there, that to there, and see how badly I screwed this up. Bink. Bink. Alright, and mirror blocks. There. Oh! Copy. Here. And move. Okay. That needs to be flipped. Flip. Okay, so I've got some movement there. But you know, the shoulders seem to be moving together. What if I just connected them? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that flexing, but I'll let it slide for now. Because it is less important than other things. So I am going to... Not a fan of that. That way, 10 degrees. Tilt that way, 10 degrees. Okay. That's probably not gonna fit with the blocks, then, is it? I don't know, it might. It's genuinely tough to tell. Hey, that's cool. Scooch this whole thing forward. And you know, giving it that much ground clearance with the center block is kind of made obsolete by putting the frame like that. That's a dumb way to do things. Doesn't make any sense. Do this instead. I can. Will it let me? It won't let me do that. Also, this is hideous. But you know what? I'm gonna deal with it for now. This is just a proof of concept. I don't have to worry about that. And I just realized this is going to be problematic because there's no joint there for the shocks to work. Alright, well, good proof of concept, but flawed. Executed incorrectly. Let's say that. So I want independent suspension. I'm gonna build forward from this real quick. So, independent suspension. Let's put hinge here. Okay. Should I make that a ball joint? You know what? What the heck? I'm feeling crazy. Let's make that a ball joint. Okay. A ball joint there. And then build out. that a metal block. I will trust that a little better. Put another ball joint at the end of that. Delete this. Connect these with braces. Okay, and then we put shock there. Whoa, hello. Put shock there. It's too close. Okay. That's fine. No, not that. Think. No. Think. There we go. Okay. Come on. No, stop. Stop doing the things. Stop doing the things that I don't want you to do. It's working out to be a wide boy. I know what I'm forgetting. Getting the 10-degree tilt. Can I do that from the other side? Good enough. Okay. So now I can make the steering hinge there. And hang on. What if I put the shock up here instead? Does that make more sense? Does it matter? The answer is no. Alright, and then another hinge. Right there. And now we brace it up. Let me. There we go. One. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's a little less hideous. Okay, let us... Let's forget that and that. Right. Copy. Mirror. Move. It's going to be the name of my new podcast. Copy, mirror, move. Did I say that already? Did I make that joke already and I just don't remember? Am I losing my mind? Feel there. Feel there. Wow, this is super wide. But I feel like this should work. Maybe I've done too much ball joint. Maybe that needs to be a hinge. Well, nope, not what I meant to do. I am so used to satisfactory controls now that I can't even play my Besiege. Alright, and these are just going to be wheels back here. It looks like a ballista. Okay. So that, all right, tilt these back 10 degrees. Because steering geometry is a thing that I know very little about, but I'm willing to mess with anyway. And then flip that. All right. And that has no rigidity whatsoever. Yeah, putting a ball joint there made absolutely no sense. So let's get rid of those. Just put regular blocks there. Okay. Okay. You know what would make this better? Just putting a block here. Deleting that. That. Deleting that. Just moving these in. More. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Alright, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the steering is reversed. Oh, but I like the way that works. Okay, flip both of these. Okay. Yeah, that's not terrible. Not terrible at all. How do I make it more efficient? How can I do this better? These are going to have extra wheels on it. It's going to have one inner wheel to make it faster, but I would like to still make it thinner. I feel like that would make sense. How can I do that? What can I cut out to make this better? This can be shortened because that's just a linkage or a brace. Oh. Well, what if instead of the hinge coming out from the center, I just connected a hinge to there. Tilt that up 10 degrees. Okay, yeah. I don't know how much of the block that is. What, like a quarter maybe? It's 0.5, so that's 0.25. Let's try that. And move this up. Is that in line? That looks like it's in line. Don't need that. Up. And over. Not quite. I'm sure there is some complicated trigonometry I could do to make these meet up perfectly. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to / know how to, and I don't care that much. So, see. Try that. Up. Oh, that is too far. That is definitely too far. Was a quarter right for that? It is just barely too high. So let's do 0.2. No. Not high enough. 0.225. That's 0.226. 0.225. That... What about 0.23? 0.23. I'm gonna call that good enough. Okay. That. Now let's do the 0.333. Because that seems still not enough. That's better. Does it hold? I think it does. You know, probably the way to test that would be to actually, you know, finish building the thing. Brace. Oh, that is a broken block. And yet, whoa, oh no. And yet it's no, it's not working anymore. Okay. All right, I guess let's just put the single there. I'm sure that'll be fine. Let's do there. And just connect these two. Much better. Much better. Okay. Now we get to the fun parts. Inner wheels. Come on. I like the steering geometry too is allowing me to make the main wheels higher too. That is nice. I'm enjoying that. So Y H 2 copy. Just do that 2. Add a 2. All right, and these are stationary. These are all stationary. So let's give that a little bit of lateral stability. So does that interfere with the... Ooh. Does that interfere with the steering? How hard can I make this steer? Okay, we should be good there. So I've set myself some requirements for vehicles to run through this this obstacle course. You know, they have to run at a certain top speed. And they have to be able to self-right themselves if they flip over. It's very important. And I think I am obviously going to hold this vehicle to that requirement as well. It will be necessary, I think. So let's do that. Give it some girth. Does it need that much girth? I don't know. Gonna want should I do an independent suspension in the rear or just have it be a back axle? You know what? I think I want to play with it being a back axle. So actually, all this just for kicks and giggles. You know, some people say shits and giggles, and I never understood that. I prefer kicks and giggles. That's the way I first heard it, and that's the way I prefer it. I don't know what angle that is. Does it matter? I don't know that it matters. Shouldn't matter. Delete that too. Delete. There we go. There we go. Shock there, shock there, shock there. How shocking. Oh, I will need that, actually. Just so I don't have to... Tilting again. Okay. 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 There we go. There we go. Oh yeah. It's looking good. That's a bit janky, but whatever. Whatever. It's my party, and I'll jank if I want to. Yeah, the rear wheels are gonna be a little bit... Or are they? Are they gonna be a little bit? I just had an idea. It might be a dumb idea, but it's an idea. So now they're more or less aligned. And these... Oh my gosh. No, this is an incredibly dumb idea. That won't work at all. But I want it to work. It would just make sense to put a block on the end, but the wooden block, a wooden block there would probably just snap. Actually, since that's the case, just change that speed to 0. That way they'll still be there, they just won't spin. And I can lock them with braces. Yes. This vehicle is going to be an orthodontist's wet dream. Because of all the braces. Keep wanting to middle click on components to copy them, and it doesn't work that way. This is not satisfactory. Paste. Paste. 2. 2. All right. I think we're making progress here. It's looking good. It's looking pretty good. That there. Yeah, it's probably fine. Okay. Ooh. See that bounce? Hell yeah. Oh. Well, that's no good at all. I think I forgot to... I forgot to make the front rigid at all. That's why we do these tests. Okay, so that... Yeah, that is an anchor point, because that hinge, the head of that hinge doesn't actually move, cannot actually move relative to the rest of the body. Okay, I'm starting to remember all my my move commands here, all my camera commands. It's starting to become second nature again. It's been a while since I played this game. I'm a little ashamed of that. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be ashamed of that. I shouldn't be ashamed of most of the things I'm ashamed of. Let's brace that. Just, what was that? There. Just that. Brace that for the hell of it. Alright. Okay. Ooh, alright. Now, overdrive. Huh, it's handling the road rather well. by the road, I mean flat ground. The steering is more responsive than these machines usually are. I wonder if that 10-degree pitch actually did some good. Alright. Now the reason I wanted to make this so pronounced is because the self-righting systems that I usually put on these requires the back wheels to be turning and in contact with the ground. So let's do that so it conforms with regulations. Okay. All right, and the way we do that will be with steer hinges. I think. Actually, what if I use these? No, that wouldn't work, because... Hang on, let me check the settings. Auto return, tension, limit angle. Oh, you can limit the angle? That completely invalidates my entire reason for doing all this mess. I didn't need to do any of this. It's too late. We're here now. Let's just, let's deal with it and go on. Auto return. Limit angle. Oh. So we will want the right to be the one that works. So we'll do that. Set that to H. And then we limit. That'll be there. Let's limit that to... Shouldn't even need to be 45 degrees or 90 degrees. Let's do 80 degrees. 0 degrees. So that should, yes. Okay, cool. And then we do another one. Is that right there? Another one here. And flip that. Copy. Paste. So when we do this, that should... Yes. That works. Okay. So, now, do this, that, and that. Those interfere with that. Of course they do, but it's fine. So I can just delete that, move that and that back a bit. I forgot that was set to 40. It's fine. It doesn't matter. You know what? I'm gonna do a couple more of those. The reason I'm doing it this way is so that these blocks don't connect to that block because they need to move freely. And I'm mostly just making it come up like this because I just like the way that looks. Oops. Oh. Think. 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 Okay. And there we go. So now when we do that, I'll go like that. Which, in theory... Oh, what did we lose? What did we lose? We lost something. What did we lose? We lost a side piece. How did we lose a side piece like that? I don't know. I should probably give this some structural bracing. This body is not very stable. I just have to be careful not to screw with... If I attach the body to the writing system, that will screw things up quite a bit. I want to avoid that. That looks right. That won't work, so I'll have to connect those to the back. It's okay. I'm allowed to do that because these are my rules. It doesn't break my rules. Okay. Ooh. I need a camera on this thing. But let's see what happens. Hey, that survived pretty well. Oh, that didn't. That did not survive well at all. What happened there? Can't tell what happened. Shall I... Okay. The hinges just... Oh. Oh! The entire centerpiece just blew out. Do I have any bracing on that? No, I don't have... I have bracing on the hinges. I don't have any bracing on the centerpiece itself. Alright. More bracing. More happy orthodontists. Sure, why not? Okay. I think this is that ground clearance issue giving us trouble. Looks like that detached again. Oh! No, structural failure is in the center. Okay. Let's keep going. More bracing. Guess that's good enough. Oh, I should strengthen that too. Brace that to there. Transfer the force outward. This is just gonna make it heavier and heavier. What, didn't this start over on the other side? Don't I usually start over on the other side? I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Alright, we made that up. Boosh! And the entire front end comes off. At some point, I just have to accept, usually, that the vehicle is as strong as it's gonna be, and I just have to drive more carefully. But that is not a lot of ground clearance. For an obstacle course, that's probably not great. Also, look at how much movement that's got. I think these struts might need some more stability or more stiffness. Or I could put the dampers up. Put that at 1.25 and then damper all the way. That. Okay. Other test run. Oh, wow, yeah. Much better. Something got lost in the bottom there. What was it? What did we lose? Can't see. Ah, yep. That middle section again. Starting to think I need to I'm starting to wonder if I need to rethink that. Because that's just catching on things, and it's not great. If I delete it, that actually help? Don't know. Alright, I'm gonna try something a little crazy here. Delete these members. Replace that with... Why don't that let me put that there? Let me put that there. That's a bad idea. Alright. Just delete the front ones then. There. Delete these as well. Let's try to make this a little bit less intrusive in the front. Which means I'm going to be deleting some of the coveted bracing, but you know what? This is for science. Oh, hey, okay. Right. Cole is sending me Monty Python quotes. Probably do that on the inside too. Yeah. Something similar anyway. Good to do there too. Also, it looks kind of like an exhaust manifold coming out the side of an engine, which is cool. Should probably do some internal bracing here too. Oh, so that. Yeah, let's go there. Why not? Hold that up a bit. Yeah. Okay. And then try to redo some of the bracing I lost over here. This can go up there. As that. You know what? I'm going to try to make this easier on myself. That. That's the one. Okay. As long as I don't cross over too much, that shouldn't be a problem. There. Yes. Got kind of a boat look to it. Boat shape. Boat shape. Alright. I'm happy with that. Let's try it out. Before I do that, actually, let's get a camera on this beast. Is the default camera? Oh, okay. It's taking the hills better than they usually do. And if I'm careful... Oh, yeah! What did I lose? What did I lose? I lost something there. What was that? Just a piece of mangled wood. Where did that come from? It came from the center. Yikes. Well, that's not good. But, you know what? Maybe it's okay. Car doesn't seem to have lost that much rigidity, if any. Woo! Alright, here we go. Steering geometry is definitely better than it usually is. Uh-oh. Yeah, just bust right through the houses. Don't even care. Bust right through your houses. Busting makes me feel good. Busting through the houses. And that's where they usually fail, and that's where this one failed. Oh, no, no. Okay. Yeah, that was total structural failure at the front. Okay. So we've made a lot of progress. I have been recording for well over an hour. But I want to keep playing. My laundry's not done. That's what I'm doing tonight, is laundry. Do I... So most of this is good. The problem is this centerpiece here. That is a point of weakness. And don't want weakness in my vehicles. So I'm just gonna delete this. Right? Yes, that works. Let's just highlight all these. things that I put here. All the braces. Sorry, orthodontists. I like to think I am usually very appealing to the orthodontist community, but, you know, you gotta make sacrifices. Quick, because I have to go across the middle, and I don't want to double anything up. No, that was incorrect. I hope you don't find this music tiresome, because I absolutely love it. But you know what? You can change it. Where is rules music? Here we go. Okay, that's the normal free build mode music. I'm okay with it. I like this. Don't like how this looks. That's 4, 2, 3, 4. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. It's butterfly-like, which I didn't like when I first built it with the first prototype, but you know what? I think I can deal with it. I think I'd better deal with it. Yes. Oh. Boosh. Just redoing that. So I want to be sure I didn't make any duplicate braces. There. Looks better? Question mark? Maybe? I feel like I should be doing more. Problem is, there are so few points that I can actually connect. I suppose we can connect these. There isn't a reason I shouldn't put a beam through the top. Give it a little bit more rigidity to as well. Okay. Try that. A fair amount of noise there, but... Ooh, come on. Come on, climb the hill. You can do it. Ooh, there we go. Yeah. Go. Whee! Alright, we lost some bracing there, but that's not a biggie. No biggie. Alright, around we go. Ooh. Ooh, the back axle broke. That's less than ideal. The fact that's broken and nothing else has is, well, it's interesting, but... I keep missing the checkpoints. What's up with that? That wasn't an issue last time, but I also don't know if I was driving this aggressively last time. Also, I probably don't need that middle shock for that. Can I complete it? Can I complete the race with 3 wheels? Oh, it's not. It's not doing well. It's not doing well. Oh, that's the hill that they all have trouble with. And this one took it like a champ with just 3 wheels. No. Couldn't hold it up the hill. But let's see if the reverse... No, it doesn't work. Reverse, the self-rating doesn't work. Stuck to the frame. Alright. Alright, I'm deleting all that. I'll run a test run without it, just because that makes it easier to build things. I'm gonna have to implement it eventually, but for now, I have other things I need to do. So first off, first order of business, delete this nonsense. This nonsense, come on, delete it. Why do you refuse to delete my nonsense? Okay. So, just brace this. Like it's a regular... Oh. Okay. Turn off symmetry. Going across the middle. Brace this like it's a regular axle. And hopefully that'll help somehow, question mark? I don't know. W in the back. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, one more test drive. I say one more, there are probably going to be multiple more. I don't expect this thing to work right out of the gate. Although it does seem to be doing okay. So far, so good. Wow, that was all of a recovery. Alright, took the steps pretty well. Alright, we survived. Whoa! Why did that happen? I don't remember there being a bomb there. Oh my gosh. What the heck? I don't remember putting bombs there. But I was doing so well. Dang it. Alright. Okay, I forgot about the bombs on my own obstacle course. I seem to remember there being more of these, and I thought I deleted them all. Evidently I didn't. I see one. I heard others. Where are they? Get back here. I just see the one. That's weird. Okay, that's not supposed to be there. This... oh, gosh. Can I modify the bomb? Or can I just... There we go. Gone. Alright. Well, since it's working, I will forego the writing mechanism regulation for now, because I don't want to have to deal with it. And this machine is performing surprisingly well. So, alright. Approach it at half speed. Then, come on. Come on. Oh, I did this so well before. What is different now? That is different, I guess. Okay. First checkpoint. No problems. Well, minor problems. I'm just going to be extra careful here for some reason. Ooh, I am oversteering a lot. I feel like I wasn't doing it this much last time. Okay, chill out. There we go. Second checkpoint. Much more than the second checkpoint. Just next checkpoint, I should say. Doesn't matter. And... whoosh! It survived again! Excellent. I'm genuinely surprised at how well this is going. Well, maybe that's why I got up that hill. I modified it. It used to be steeper. I think I was having so much trouble getting up with it with every machine that I did. It was... okay. Lost a significant part of the frame there, but still seems to be working, and we're almost done. So. Oh, that hurts. Wouldn't be the first time I've done this, though. And honestly, the non-independent rear axle is helping way more in this situation than it does with than other ones do. So, all right. Top 15%. That's pretty good. Oh, block damage. Top 15%. Not terrible, though. I'm happy with that. That's the part it's focusing on. Not the part that crossed the finish line, but that part. All right. Whoops. Well, that was fun. If you're interested, I don't necessarily expect you to be, but I will show you the other vehicles I have constructed for this. This is by far one of the better ones. But since my whole steering hinge concept was kind of dead on arrival, apparently, since you can modify these to be better, what were they? These things. Maybe it doesn't matter. Oh, I didn't save this. I gotta save it. What should we call it? Wide boy. Yeah, wide boy 4S. Not technically the 4S standard that I came up with because the automatic writing mechanism doesn't work. But you know what? Doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Rarely use it anyway. Anyway, I want to build a skateboard now. Sea Plateau, off the sandbox, ancient grounds, Misty Mountain. Let's go to the ancient grounds. Get rid of this. So yeah. Yeah. Yep. That is acceptable. As is this. There. It's a skateboard. And we need some propulsion for that. So... vacuum block, water can... Does the vacuum block... Actually... Can you configure the vacuum block to blow? Don't think you can. That's unfortunate. Is there anything here that I can use besides the water cannon to just blow? You know what? Let's try the water cannon. Why not? Ah! Oh. No. Flip those. Flip. Flip. What is this? Hold shoot. Why? Okay. Ugh. No, it's the turning radius is just too tight. Okay, so I've got that set at 40. Let's reduce that to 10. 10. 10. All right. I have a water-powered skateboard. Excellent. I don't have enough power to go up the hill. There we go. Oh, man. Am I gonna... Am I gonna go nerd mode on this? It doesn't have enough lateral stability. Also, I make that more powerful. So yes, the answer is yes. I'm gonna go to over engineering mode because What else do you play Besiege for? You know, aside from murder. Where was it? There it is. There. I can't put one in the middle. That's okay. It's probably for the best. Well, let's start on the ground. Let's give myself a higher chance of success. There we go. Yeah. Woo! It's so stupid. I love it. I don't have enough power to get up the hill. Okay. Okay. But then, when I do go down what little hill I can, it gives me a little boost of speed. Oh, yeah. Speed boost. I killed a sheep. Killed another sheep. That's why skateboarders are dangerous. They'll kill your sheep and blow stuff up. Yeah! Oh yeah, and steam rocket. Okay. You know what? Let's give it more power. Real power. Real power. Now I realize that that also, you know, gives it extra weight, but if one was able to propel it, obviously 3R made it a little bit more unstable, it would appear. But can I get up the hill? Real question. Okay. Got up the hill. Down the other side. Up the hill. Down the other side. Oh yeah. I just gotta be careful about turning. Yes. Whoa! 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 Okay. With great water cannon comes great responsibility. What if I still set at 10? It is. Excellent. Boop. Boop. Would that make a difference? Focus the stream in the center more. Whoa. Still not very stable. I don't know, it seems a little better though. Yeah, I think it's more stable than it was. I almost want to say it's faster too. It's tough to tell. We probably need a camera. Need a camera for this. Skateboard. Can it be called a skateboard? There's sheep. Ugh. I guess if I'm gonna turn like that, I'll have to cut power to the water cannons. So, reach some speed, cut power to, nope. I think the problem is it's too top heavy. That's the real issue here. You know what? I'm not gonna deal with that right now. I'm gonna keep focusing the cannons. So if I can, what? 10 degrees is too much. Let's just do 10 degrees. Later, losers. Oh. You know what would be even better, though? Instead of... keep that. Instead of a water cannon, we make it a steam cannon. Where is the torch? Where are the torches? Torch. There were torches. Where are the torch? There it is. Small torch. There we go. Now we're playing with rockets. Whoa. We lost a wheel? Yeah, that's Man, look at the speed. Feel the speed. I'm glad to see they put that back in. I think they nerfed the steam cannon at one point and it ruined a bunch of my aircraft. But no, this is good. This is very good. You know what? Just because actually, no, let's see if I can position it. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Right. Now I feel the speed. Aww. You know what? Since bounce pad. That's new. Anyway, since the torch has the unfortunate quality of going out, let's just instead use a flamethrower, right? That's a perfectly logical solution to that. Flamethrower! Hell yeah. We don't need a whole lot of power. That's the only problem with that. I suppose it's not the only problem, but it is a problem. Pitch it up. Well, it didn't burst into flames until I ran into the bomb, so that's something. Alright. Also, it adds a little bit of... a little bit of a delay before the steam comes out. Still just as unwieldy as anything, but you know, can't make an omelet without breaking some legs. That doesn't really apply here, does it? Okay. Now back to the other idea, the other problem. To address the other issue, of which there are only a couple. Yeah. This is genius. Now, I was planning on stopping at some point here, but I'm having too much fun now. Okay, that. And... flamethrower. That's right. Yes. So, focus this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. Turn the range down because I don't need that much range for this. Okay. Oh wait. This needs to be changed too. Because why wouldn't we want them to be at max power? Oh yeah, that's much more steady. Maybe if I could see where I was going, it would be better. It was not. That was not better at all. Okay, I think clearly what we need is wings. We need wings to stabilize everything. Right? Yes. So let's put wing, wing, wing. Not equal. I lost count of how many ticks I went over. That looks right. That's probably right. It's probably right. Wow. Wow, that actually worked. Oh no, the wings are on fire. Okay. um uh uh hmm. Would it help if I move them closer to the center? Nope, it still catches on fire. It seems to be, you know, maybe mounting flamethrowers at the front just wasn't a good idea. No, what am I talking about? Of course this is a good idea. It's a great idea. Oh. Duh. Just mount it to the back. It'll be fine. It's great. That's a great idea. There, put those there. Bounce these up 10 degrees for a little bit of stability. Excellent. Problem solved. New problem created. Why did that catch on fire? Did flamethrowers run out of fuel? Well, then that's my concern and not the fact that it keeps catching on fire. Oh, it's that center wing. Oh. Baby and Do Jigger, Luther Idiot, and Warner Big all died. How tragic. Yeah, so this tail, that's got to go. Clearly, nope, catching on fire is a recurring issue. Also, the flamethrower is running out of fuel. This spiraled out of control really fast. But I love it. I love it so much. Perfectly normal skateboard. Yeah. That is. It's perfectly normal. Well, this was a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna do more of this. They added enough that, like, drag block? Drag? Oh man, they had a lot since the last time I looked here. Automation, I think, is still the same. Wait, what's that? Length detector. Ooh. Handy. Yeah, they added bounce pads. Like, what is... Okay, I gotta try one thing real quick. I just wanna see what this does. Okay. Oh. That wasn't as exciting as I hoped it would be. But what... oh, yes. Yes. What is slack? I don't know what's slack. Oh. Okay. Copy that. Paste. 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 Oh, hell yeah. Aww. Okay, hang on. Bring this over here. Little bit of chaos. Little bit of chaos never hurt anybody. Killed the sheep. Huzzah. What about if I put it over a bomb? Woo! Aww, some of them came off. That's no good. Look at the air that got, though. Goodness. Okay, this wasn't a total loss. I think I need to turn the slack back down. That's... slack down. That just... boingity boingity, and the slack is just hanging out like that. So maybe they'll be more structurally sound if I turn the slack down. And it is! They all survived! Look at that! Oh my goodness. Pew! Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I bet there are ways that I could improve on this. Is it just going up and down in a... Oh, it is moving, okay. Not much, but, you know, there's some. Alright. My bouncy ball vandalized a grave. One more time. Look at that. Look at that, how far that goes. That's crazy. I think that's going to the exact same place. Which is kind of interesting. A little disappointing, but kind of interesting. Good to know that, you know, the exact same variables produce the exact same result. Although I suppose, you know, that means there's very little randomness. It's interesting. Oh, it's not completely the same. Because it's not rolling as much. And it is changing direction. Interesting. We're gonna vandalize a grave? Can we vandalize a grave? No? Okay. Okay. Guess I'll live without vandalism for now. However, this might be interesting. How far are we from this? Yeah. Drag this bouncy mechanism over here. Yeah. See how you guys deal with this. Yeah, chase it down. Chase it down, see what happens. I love how they're destroying their own tents. They're not hitting it. What the hell? Oh, they hit it. Okay, okay. One more thing I want to try. For this now that I've had this idea. So let's go with pistons. Pistons on every side. So let's try a boop, a boop, a boop, a boop, then a boop, boop, a boop, 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 right? Yeah, it's about, nope, is that wrong? No, that's right. Now I know what this looks like. Hang on. Just trying to make it so it doesn't interfere. Well, I suppose that's the case anyway. Alright, so... Boop. 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 Oh, boop. 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 There we go. Okay. Now. Because that's... It's just a single layer of those. Yes. They added noises, too. That's kind of cool. All right. Speed. Power. Yes. Paste. 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 I like eating paste. 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 This is kind of out of left field, but if glue is made out of horse feet, and so is Jello, does that just mean that glue eaters were ahead of the curve? Two, one. Copy. 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 And know what actually that means. Where that is. So all these should have, yes, same substance. Good. Now, that face, that dupe. Okay, this is the last thing that I'm going to subject you to, and then I have to go to bed. / put my laundry in the dryer, but mostly go to bed. It's gotten late, and I do have to work tomorrow. I actually have to get into work early tomorrow because there's a shop meeting. I don't want to be late again. Because they were not happy with me when I was late. I'm not happy with me when I'm late either. But I am less not happy with me when I am late than my boss is. Can I did. Wondered about that. I mean, obviously I wondered about that, otherwise I wouldn't have done it. Just do a mirror. This, because it'll be slightly easier. Oh my gosh. Power just flickered. It's happening with alarming frequency, and I don't like it. I didn't think we were going to get a storm tonight. Let's do this though. way. I think I heard some thunder. Okay, I will be done with this experiment soon. This got a little out of hand. I'm sorry. Did I do that again? I did. It's copy and move, not move and copy. I don't remember that. That's how mistakes happen. All right. So. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Why did those just fly off? I don't... Always the same ones. It's because they are copies. Copies, aren't they? Yep. Okay, so I've just got one more. There we go. Perfect. Oh, when it expands, it just rips itself apart. This almost reminds me of the singularity cube I made. Can I get a rhythm enough to bounce myself up? Hooray, I successfully killed a sheep. Well, this is an interesting idea that definitely needs to be messed with more. But the last thing I want to do is try to murder some soldiers with it. Shouldn't be too hard. Basically an engine of chaos. You know, I hadn't considered maybe lifting it up higher would be... would increase its power. You know, give it more potential energy from the outset. Let's see. Let's see how this plays out. Still not going for it. Benedict. Benedict Pact has met his demise at the hands of the bounce cube. So it's just knocking them over. I don't know how it even bothered to kill Benedict. Oh, it managed to kill Benedict. Okay. One more try. Milo Bong met his demise at the hands of the bounce cube. The rest of them are just kind of staring at it. Don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it either, guys. Whew. It's just sitting there and expanding at us threateningly. Oh. Theobald Beppis. Brave, brave Theobald Beppis. Alright. I think I'm done. Just save the bounce cube. Bounce cube. Well, thanks for joining me. This was fun. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed as well. Goodbye.